The Resourceful Communities Day was an event that took place in Caldbeck Parish Hall, organised by the Northern Fells Group, and it saw locals bringing in their used and unwanted effects to offer to those in attendance.
Okay, well today what we've got is called a Resourceful Communities Day, and what this is about, it's about linking environment with community. And we all know that climate change is going on, and we all know that a lot of rubbish ends up in landfill. And what the whole point of the day is to try and get people to think a little bit more about their rubbish and how maybe what's rubbish to them might be useful to somebody else.
The day included stalls from a range of community groups like the Gardening Club, Men in Sheds and the History Society, who brought wares to showcase.
And so all these groups have come together to sort of bring things for swapping, for selling, for recycling, for upgrading, and basically, it's a little bit about trying to raise awareness as well as, having a good old bash at a jumble sale. But it's just about, growing that neighbourliness and that sort of community coming together is really important, and this area is really good for that.
The event includes participation from the local primary school, whose pupils are taking part in a competition which ties into the theme of leaving the world better off for future generations.
And climate change is such an issue now. So this is partly about raising awareness as well as the rest of it, basically. And the school's got involved as well, which is really good. So they've been involved in a competition to reuse bottle tops, plastic bottle tops. And so there's loads of really creative little toys and posters. And young people are passionate about climate change. I've just been talking to one little girl, and she was saying, it's our world and you're ruining it, and it's not. And she's absolutely right. She's right.
The Men in Sheds group had a stall where they showed examples of the practice of upcycling, making something useful from what was deemed useless.
Men in Sheds is an organisation that's really at the heart of the community. What they tend to do is a lot of recycling work. They'll mend things, they'll repair things, they'll take old redundant materials and turn it into something completely new. So much stuff gets thrown away. You'd be amazed at some of the stuff that comes into us that people think is rubbish, but we find a use for it. I mean, we take old timber and stuff like that, and we'll produce things like bird boxes or dove cots or all sorts of things, really.
And a number of similar community groups and enterprises expressed their support for the project, which aimed to bring locals together for one cause.
We're here just to raise awareness, really. I only live at Welton down the road from Caldbeck, so it's very close. And just to raise awareness and fundraise for the local community, get lots of support from the local community.
Well, we just thought we would take part because a lot of what we do involves local produce as much as anything else. All the wools that we use tend to be from local fleeces. Very often I can go home and find that there's somebody dumped a fleece on my doorstep thinking, what can I do with it? So it's good to get involved. Well, it's always been a bit of a bugbear of mine that a lot of this country's wealth was built on wool, and yet nowadays we tend to throw fleeces away. And I hate the fact that we are wasting such things, and it's a resource which is so valuable, so we're trying to do something with it.
With issues as big as climate change, it can often feel like the efforts of a singular person are insignificant. But with events like the Resourceful Communities, individuals can bring their voices together to shout that much louder. Kieran McFadgen, That's TV.